Hello and welcome to another episode of the FPL Fan Show, the show for the fans of Fantasy Premier League. I'm Conor and I'm joined here by Nacho Monreal, and today we're going to be looking at the best defenders for Game Week 1.
Every week they call me Nacho Monreal. Do I honestly look like him?
You do?
Really?
Yeah.
What way?
What do you want way? You just look like it.
What should I do?
Should I change your name to him?
What, my Twitter name?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm giving in.
They'll love it.
You sure?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, we'll give it a go. Right, so now let's look at the premium defenders. And I think the main man at the top of this list, and you know what I'm going to say, is obviously Trent Alexander-Arnold at 7.5 million. You know, in the team that Liverpool's been at over the last season that you had the stats, it just makes sense to put him in. I don't really see an argument against him necessarily. There's a bit of talk about, you know, Nico Williams at right back there taking some game time, but it's just not going to happen. You know,
I think you've got to be mad to not put him in your fantasy football team. I think really simply, Trent, assists, goals, clean sheet points, just put him in your team.
Trent's just top premium option for sure.
Next, who else are we looking at?
Yeah, I think, you know, other side of the pitch, Robertson at left back. He's shown that.
I do like Robertson.
I don't think he can necessarily beat Trent this season, but I think he can come close. I wouldn't replace him, but I think Robertson is a great option. I think you mentioned about double up. You spoke to me off camera about that.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing about Robertson is actually in the last 6 games of last season, he actually performed better than Trent. And he's very good. He's very attacking. He looked on fire.
And a few set pieces as well.
Yeah, he's on corners as well. Which is, you know, with Van Dijk, could get a few goals there. So he is a good option. I'm just not sure if I would double up on the two.
With the start of the season.
Yeah, the fixtures are just a little bit difficult. So I like Robertson, but I'd probably stay clear.
Yeah.
I think
the double up will come into its own later on in the season when the fixtures get good for sure. Yeah.
And one more. Go on.
Yeah, I think the one that's been talk of the town is Doherty. 6 million at the start was an absolute steal in a Wolves side playing right wing back. Yeah. Now under a Mourinho side at Spurs, what are you thinking? Do you think he's going to be getting in those advanced roles?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually something we spoke about in our last video, so if you haven't checked that out, you know, do. But just to cover some of those points again, I like Doherty. I like his attacking potential. I think Spurs will keep more clean sheets this year. But that said, I think 6 million is just a little bit too much for me.
Agree,
I think I'd rather save that money and put it in the rest of my team. So, nice player, but I'm not sure I'd put him in my FPL team.
I agree. I think if you're investing in Trent, you need to, you know, protect that money a little bit. So, Trent is the main man at premium bracket, and Robbo is a good second option for sure. Yeah. So the premium options seem pretty locked in, don't they, in terms of what we think. But the mid-price option defenders, a few more choices there. Yeah, I think there's a few choices there. Any options that you stood out? Yeah,
I mean, it's a bit all up in the air, to be honest, isn't it? I mean, off the top of my head, I quite like Eric Dyer from Tottenham.
Yep.
I think 5 million is a reasonable price, has a little bit of attacking potential, some free kicks.
Well, there's talk that he's going to be starting as centre-back. There's a lot of talk on that.
He should do. I'm pretty sure he will.
Yep.
I think he will. So he's a good option, I think, in that mid-price bracket. I guess the interesting point here is Wolves. I mean, we don't quite know what's going on there, do we?
Yeah, so obviously at this point, we don't know what's going on. There's a lot of talk about Vinagre going out, which was a real surprise, obviously selling Doherty. But there's talk of Tellez. I think that's pronounced correctly.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
But he has come on the radar recently. And I've only recently looked at the stats, but they look very good. Now, you mentioned he was on penalties, so that is going to skew the results a little bit.
It is. So basically what I know about the players, he's a very, very attacking player. You know, he did very well at Porto this year. And I've seen a lot of people, you know, talking on Twitter about, you know, he's got really good attacking stats, and he does. He's a very good player. But I would say, I believe, you know, let me know, Wolves fans, if he's not, but I believe he was on penalties.
Okay.
So that skews things a little bit. And I'm not sure. I think at Wolves, like Jimenez or Neves will probably stay on penalties. So,
that's a fair point.
But I think the thing here is, if he's 5.5 million...
The things with that Wolves defence right now is there's nothing locked in right now. You can go to Cody at 5.5, but it didn't cross the halfway line. So why it's so boring having FPL that you know doesn't return any attacking. So having a guy like that with the potential that he has, I think if he comes in at 5.5 in a Wolves defence that is solid, I think it's a great option. So one to keep an eye out for sure. And if that transfer goes through, it'll definitely be on my side for sure.
Yeah. 4.5 million defenders. Holy moly, what is going on here? I mean, the panic in the FPL community. People going nuts and running out of the house, are going crazy. No one knows who to pick. I mean, we're going to give it a go, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to give it a time. I think there's some decent options there, but also there's quite a few ones that could cause problems in the long term.
Yeah.
So yeah, where are we going to start, mate? Because I want you to start this one.
Thanks. Okay, all right. Let's start with. I quite like Walker Peters from Southampton.
Yeah.
I think really nice young player. Southampton have just signed him permanently from Tottenham.
Yep.
A little bit of attacking potential, but I think the thing that makes him a good option is they've got good fixtures probably all the way up to December.
Yep.
You know, they're a good side, pushing the mid-table. I think at 4.5 million, he feels pretty safe.
Yeah, I like him. Yeah, I think they've signed him, and in that formation that they're playing, he looks like a good attacking asset, and that's what you want really at 4.5 million is, yeah, you want to get game time, but you also want that knowledge that they could actually get some attacking returns. So he kind of ticks them boxes out, and in a Southampton side that are definitely improving under Hasenhüttl, and we expect big things from them, don't we? So yeah, he's a good start at Walker Peters. Yeah.
Who are you looking at?
Yeah, I think the one that has kind of taken the crown as the top 4.5 million defender is Taylor of Burnley. Yeah, he's such a good player. It was a shame he got injured at the back end of last season, kind of messed up a few teams there, but he's held that price at 4.5 million in a Burnley defence, which I still think is going to keep clean sheets. I don't think they'll hit the heights that they did last season, but the good thing about Taylor is he does have attacking potential as well. So I think 4.5 million. In that game week 1 squad, a few people are worried about his blank at the start, but I think there's a lot of justification to put him on your bench. Yeah. So he's not a transfer that you bring in. Yeah, I think he's a great option. He's there for game week 2, and then apart from the occasional fixtures where you bench him, he could just be set and forgetting that side until you wildcard later on in the season. So I think he's a great option. He'll be top of my list for the 4.5 defenders. Yeah. So outside of them two, mate, who are we looking at?
Okay, it starts to get a little bit more difficult now. All right, I'm going to throw one into the ring that I haven't really seen many people talk about. Okay, bear with me. So Jamal Lascelles from Newcastle.
Right. Yeah, I'm thought about him.
Yeah, I didn't. I have to be honest until I looked today at Newcastle's fixtures. Right. I feel like there's a bit of a resurgence going on at Newcastle. There's a bit of momentum. They've got some good signings. 4.5 million from the Newcastle captain, who you know is going to play. Yeah. They have at times last season been quite good defensively. I like Dubravka in goal as well.
Yeah, I like him.
I think he's a good option. Great fixtures all the way up to the new year. Yeah. That's a good, solid option to me.
Yeah, I think that's good. I didn't really think about him at all. And I think because of the recent signings of Newcastle, people are starting to look at Newcastle a bit differently. And obviously the fixtures are good. I think he offers attacking potential. And as we mentioned, game time is essential at 4.5 million. So not one that I thought about, but I'm definitely going to be looking into it. And I think you picked up one there that surely that's low ownership.
Yeah, I haven't checked, but I'm assuming it's below 10-15%. Yeah. I mean, just on Newcastle, I've seen they've just signed Jamal Lewis.
Yes,
so
of course. Yeah,
we might have another one. Yeah. Okay, a wing back. Newcastle. I mean, could be a good option.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Like we loved Richie at Newcastle. It depends what's going to happen there, but young talent, good player. Yeah. Depending on the price.
I know. Yeah.
One to watch them with the competition out there, but as we mentioned, game time Lascelles, I think he's a really good pick there. Yeah. But
okay, we keep going.
Yeah, we're going to keep going. I think we got one or two more in our locker. Yeah. I think one from a big team is Justin at Leicester. So one that I'm going to say here is possibly a bit of a minefield going forward because with Pereira's injury right now, he feels like a great option for the first 4 game weeks. Maybe get 5 out of him.
That's all you're going to get.
And then he's a transfer waiting to happen. So for those who are going to be wildcarding early on, I think he's a really, really good option. But for those like myself who are going to be looking at possibly game week 15, 16 wildcarding, he's just going to be one that is going to be sold straight away. So early wildcard is a great option.
Yeah, I can't believe you know what you're talking about. I was quite impressed with that.
Yeah, I've got all sussed out.
Oh, yeah. But one option I will add to that is that also Evans is suspended for the first 3 games.
I did think that.
Yeah, okay. So, it's all well and good having him for 3 or 4 games. Yeah, but are Leicester going to get clean sheets? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
So, worth thinking about. The only other one I'll just mention briefly is Lamptey from Brighton.
Yeah, ex-Chelsea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think Brighton will be a lot better defensively this year. So I like the manager. I think is it White who they had from
Leeds.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be staying there. Very good player. I think they're going to get more clean sheets this year. He's a nice young player. Slight worry with rotation because Brighton are kind of known for that, but he's quite a good option, I think.
Yeah, tough game. Obviously, first fixture against Chelsea, but as we mentioned, with these sort of 4.5 million players in these mid-table teams, you're going to get fixtures where they are tough, but rotation is important, and I think it's a good option. So I think we've done okay here.
We've covered that.
I think we've covered it okay. So I think we've got some good options. But as we mentioned, Taylor is going to be the top of the 4.5 million defenders.
It's Mr. Monreal's favourite part of the show. The 4 million defenders. You ready?
What have I done to deserve this kind of torture, mate?
So much. You were late last week with your nan, so
okay,
it's only fair you're going to get this first.
Let's start.
Who are you picking first as a 4 million defender?
Christ, honestly,
stitched him up.
Yeah, I was going to say 4.5 is tough. 4 is even tougher, and I feel like this season there's nothing standing out where there's no Lundstrom knocking about where we know he's playing midfield or anything. And while there was a lot of hype early on about the 4 million, I think we all have to come to agreement that there's not going to be any gems in this bracket for the start of the season at least. So the one that kind of stands out for those early wildcarders is going to be Mitchell at Crystal Palace. So Van Arnold's currently injured, but it is worth saying that he is training right now. So as we mentioned previously about Justin, he is going to be a transfer waiting to happen. But if you're looking for a 3-4 week punt, Mitchell is your man at 4 million. Now, there's a man who could be a long-term option, isn't there?
Yeah, so I believe it's Ferguson. So
at Palace as well.
Palace,
Yes.
So he's the opposite, Mitchell. So Ferguson he won't play the first couple of game weeks because he's injured, but they've signed him. He's quite a young player. He's quite highly rated from Palace fans. Obviously, if you're a Palace fan, just let us know your thoughts.
It'd be good to know some more.
Definitely. But we believe he's going to start from probably game week 4, game week 5 onwards. Right. Now, Palace, traditionally, they're not bad defensively.
No, solid.
Yeah.
I like Cahill there.
Yeah. So he could be, if you're willing to just have that player on your bench that's going to come back, he's an okay pick.
Yeah, I think it's going to be competition there with Ward at right back. Hodgson has his men that he trusts, and in tough games he might go for the experience, but you're not going to be getting a 4 million who's going to be delivering week in, week out. And I think, as you mentioned, a long-term option, Ferguson, is a really good pick. Yeah. But outside of these two, I'm kind of scraping the barrel.
There's West Ham's Johnson. Is it Johnson? I think it's Johnson.
Yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah.
He's quite highly rated by West Ham fans, but we're not really sure if he's going to start. But he's one to keep an eye on.
He got hooked early in a friendly. Yeah, so again, as I mentioned, guys, it's going to be one of those where you're not going to be getting one that's going to be absolutely secure. But I do like Ferguson as a long-term option. I think he could be the man at 4 million.
Okay, so. Going with Ferguson. We have to pick 5 starting defenders now, right? So this is the rules. We can pick 1 premium.
Cool.
Let me get this right. 1 mid-price, 2 4.5s, and 1 4 million.
Cool. Okay,
Okay, so premium, obviously.
Yeah, Trent. Yeah. No discussion.
Don't use anything else. Right, the mid-price one. Who are we going to go for?
Okay, so this is the assumption that Wolves haven't signed Tellers. Okay, so I think Eric Dyer is the best.
I think he's the safest.
Yes, and that's what I want from that position. Like, obviously, attacker returns are great, but if you're paying 5 million for a defender, he has to be at least guaranteed minutes and clean sheets, and I think he ticks both of those. So Dyer's going to get that spot.
He'll be that one. Okay, so now we can pick 2 4.5 million options. Okay, I'll go for the first one.
Okay,
I'm going to go for Jamal Lascelles.
You're big on him.
Yeah,
you are. But I agree. I think he's a good under the radar pick.
He is. I think. He's going to play. They've got good fixtures. A bit of attacking potential, actually, also worth saying. He's quite good from corners. So he's my pick in that range. Who you go for? I think I know who you're going for.
Yeah, so Burnley's Taylor, as I mentioned, he's going to be one. Attacking returns, proven defence, and I just think he's Dyche's man, so he's going to be guaranteed game time there as well. So, that is a pretty good 2 4.5s. But now it's the 4 million.
Your favourite. So I think we're going for Palace's
Ferguson in a long-term strategy, definitely. Okay. Mitchell in the short term, but Ferguson, I think, just over the course of the season is going to be racking up more points. So Ferguson's going to be the 4 million. So should we just confirm that?
So we got Trent,
Eric
Dyer, Taylor, Lascelles, and Ferguson.
The 4 million role.
Okay, that's our 5. That is the Best Defenders episode.
Done, mate.
Did well.
That was a tough one, but I think it's going to provide a lot of value. Yeah. We talked about some of the price points that are really troubling some managers, and I think we're going to hopefully help some of you guys out.
Yeah. I love the 4.5 million defenders discussion,
it's a really
because
good
I think
debate.
It's such an open debate at the minute. And I mean, on that, guys, let us know who you think the best defenders are, because it is really open, and we'd be quite interested in hearing who you think should be the best defender.
Yeah, I think
your defenders for.
I think it's really important to get that discussion going, because I'm sure there's going to be something cropping up there.
Yeah. we just want to take a minute actually to thank you guys for all your support in pre-season, all the comments and the likes, and obviously if you haven't already, you know, please do give this video a like, you know, subscribe. We really appreciate it. We've had a fantastic time.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. Obviously hit that notification bell. The thumbs up really do help the video and channel, and yeah, we just can't thank you guys enough for all the support you've been giving us.
So let's enjoy the football being back, and we'll see you after game week 1.